Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing Apiary, which is Stonemaier Games' final new game of the year, I believe, for 2023. I've been pretty excited for this one. I always get pretty excited for Stonemaier Games. You can definitely tell that if you check out our channel from last September, the September of 2022. We did a whole series of Stone Timber where we did, I don't know, some ungodly amount of videos that you can definitely check out. They'll probably be linked below, so you can check out all of our Stonemaier content. But yeah, this is the newest thing from Stonemaier. It's about space bees, which is interesting. I don't believe this one was not actually designed by Jamie himself. It's from Connie Vogelman. So yeah, from my understanding, she's a somewhat newer designer, I think. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. But first time she's done anything for Stonemaier Games, so yeah, I'm excited. And right off the bat here, we've got, I believe, the rule book. So we got an appendix, automa, and teaching guide. So we got a lot of different ones here. They made it a kind of smaller book, like they've started doing, I believe, just to make it a little easier to hold in your hands. Usually their rule books are pretty good at explaining things, and it looks like this one will probably be no different. It's got picture examples of things, which they tend to do for Stonemaier Games. Interesting having an appendix, and then the solo automa, and then a teaching guide. I don't know if most of them have teaching guides. I don't remember that in other ones, but I could be wrong. I know Jamie does videos usually on the best ways to teach a game, so maybe it's similar to that, but I'm not 100% certain. Then we've got a bunch of layers of cardboard. Actually, you can see here that because of this, the box top was sitting up quite a ways, so hopefully after these are punched out, we'll be able to put the box cover on there, and it'll fit just right. Yeah, so we've got some space stuff here. I think the artwork's pretty nice. I don't know, from the cover there, I don't know what I think about the font so much that they use for the word, but other than that, I like the look of the rest of the artwork there. So yeah, I don't know. Can't tell. I don't know if are they still using that font or is that a different font? Not sure. But if it is the same font, it looks a lot better there, I would say. And then yeah, just other space-like things and different tokens here. We got some more of the same here. I believe this one is a worker placement style game, so probably some of those spots are where you're going to be putting your workers, and there's just a ton of tiles, it looks like. And then I don't remember what these are for. I kind of tried to not look too much at the game because from the few reviews that I kind of watched, at least what their final thoughts were, it sounded like a lot of people were really having a good time with it, so I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit of a surprise to myself. So kind of what I know of it is it's a worker placement game with a bumping mechanism, and your workers are like increasing in value as they get bumped or get brought back to your board. So, and then there's kind of some tile placement aspects as well. Possibly maybe like an engine buildy type feel. So yeah, I really like the artwork on these tiles. It's definitely a bright look in space. We'll say some of these, I don't know if these get covered. Some of these look a little bit more blah, I would say. Yeah, overall, I'm guessing these are symbols for some sort of resource or something, and I don't know if those get covered up or not. It looks like we get some more as well. We got some different bees. I don't know if these might be all the starting ones. I think there were some on that other one as well. Some more as well. And we got some cool jobs over here that the bees can do. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of interesting thinking of having bees that have jobs outside of their normal jobs, but being a pharmacist or a wayfinder, scientist, a nurse bee. So there's some interesting thoughts. Then we've got some boards here that all have names. Looks like there's 5 of these, so I think that's how many there were. They all look a little bit different. Back is just kind of spacey. Yeah, the artwork's interesting. I'm trying to think if it all... I'd have to see this actually all played out at the end to see if it kind of all flows together, but it feels like this might seem almost different than when you put some of those other tiles out here. I don't know if it's all going to look quite like it all goes together, but we'll have to actually see that once I play the game. It looks like it's just something to divide those pieces from the actual board and the other pieces, and then we've got, I assume, is the main board here. And it's a pretty large board, actually, a lot bigger than I thought. I didn't think of this game as being quite this big for some reason. But yeah, this board is definitely quite large. It looks like it's got some different areas that you can do different actions. So it looks like there's going to be some tiles there that you can get. Then you can explore, advance. Let's see here. So you can explore, advance, convert, carve, hibernate, research. So yeah, I like the look of this quite a bit, especially what's going on in the background. It looks pretty cool, especially up in this corner. I think looks pretty awesome. Looks like bees are kind of shooting out into space, which is an interesting thought. Yeah, otherwise it looks like there's also a back to it. I'm not sure if that's for different player counts, maybe. Yeah. Then we've got, look like some aids here, which are 5 of them, which I always appreciate. I know sometimes it seems like there'll only be a couple player aids, so I like that every player, if you play up to 5, is going to have their own. Then, okay, so these are interestingly thin. I thought at first these were cardboard tiles, but they're actually just kind of really thin. I don't know if these are all the same. Yeah, I think they are. So, yeah, a lot of these, for whatever those are used for. And we got some baggies here. Looks like we got an insert, so hopefully everything will fit in there nicely. Let's do the cards first. That Jesse opened for me all nicely. Looks like there's going to be some symbology here. I don't know, these might be automa. I'm not 100% sure. Kind of telling you what actions to do. We've got some more cards. Looks like some endgame scoring for various different things. But otherwise, the art on all these looks to be exactly the same. I don't know that I love that. I've just been spoiled these days with so many games that have cards that all the artwork is very different. I'm not saying every single one of these cards had to be different, but just the fact that this is exactly the same artwork on every one, I think it could have been mixed up maybe a little bit, but we'll see how these are actually played in the game. I don't know how many you're going to be getting, so I don't know if you're actually going to be, having 10 or 5 to 10 of these where, it makes a difference. If you're only going to have like 1 or 2 a game, then I guess it doesn't matter quite as much about that, but I do like when they have a little bit different artwork. But I understand that comes with a cost too of having every card, or having maybe 10 different pieces of art on there or something instead of 1. And we've got some metallic. Well, I was going to say, I don't know if that still makes it a cylinder, but it makes me think of Rolos.
was just going to say, hand me some of those Rolos.
That's what they look like. I I right away thought it was a cylinder, but it is not. So it is more like a Rolo chocolate candy if you've ever seen one of those. So yeah, that's an interesting shape. I don't know that I've seen that before in a board game. And these are also metallic. I'm not sure what these are. They kind of look like vases or urns or something. Yeah, I think they might be the same color as those previous ones, which is interesting. And it looks like we've got some yellow flower looking tokens. But yeah, these are all nice and chunky so far. And we've got a green, wormy, algae looking piece as well. DNA almost looking. That's another cool one. I'd say most all of these so far have got kind of a different looking shape than I've seen usually. I feel like I've seen this water droplet shape before, but yeah, still a really nice looking color that they chose of blue. And yeah, nice and chunky bits. Then we've got, just looks like some normal, I'm guessing these are player cubes, which look pretty normal for cubes, but nice colors chosen here, I would say. And last but not least, I think we got everything else in here. We've got, first off, we've got the queen bee here, which looks pretty cool. I don't know, I feel like I've never painted anything before, but this one, even though it already looks pretty cool, I think this one could use a paint job a little bit, maybe. But at the same time, never painting anything else, I'd be a little bit afraid, because, oh boy, she's chunky, and that would make her very angry if I didn't paint her well. And then, last but not least, we've got these, I was going to say dice, but they're not really dice. They're the workers that you're going to be placing, and they've got values 1, 2, 3, and 4 on them, and they almost look like dice. I don't believe they're ever rolled, which is unfortunate, because they look pretty cool. Let's see. Yep, those are not rolling. Maybe a little bit. I suppose you could roll them at the beginning of the game and see who has the highest numbers, and they can go first or something. Yeah, these look really cool. I really like the wash on them. It really makes the numbers pop on them, which is nice, because there'd be nothing more frustrating than not being able to tell which number it was, and I think this does a pretty good job of that. And like I said before, I think these are really nice color choices. Yeah, those are pretty sweet. I would say, okay, so this comes out interesting, so be able to move that around the table. We'll have to see kind of, I don't know, the resources might go in there. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, otherwise, pretty excited about this one. I always get excited about Stonemaier Games, like I said, and especially worker placement games. I always like mid to heavyweight Euros, and it seems like Stonemaier does a pretty good job at that, so I'm hopeful that this one will be right there at the end of the year. I'm at the top of my list for new to me games, but we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll do a video alongside this after we've played it for a game or two and give our first thoughts. So you can check that out if you want to see our first thoughts. But otherwise, we hope to see you on that video. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.